Hello, everybody. I'm John Abizaid. I'm the ambassador here in Riyadh for the United States of America to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I thought it was probably about time to make sure we had a chat, even if it's through the website and the various ways that we communicate with American citizens. I know certainly our consular officials out in Jeddah and Dhahran and here in the embassy in Riyadh, we've been reaching out by a lot of different ways, but I think it's important to do this as much as we possibly can to keep each other informed. So, you know what I know, you know how I'm thinking about the safety situation. First of all, let me say there's nothing really more important to me than the safety and security of the American community here in the kingdom. I know that most of the Americans that are here, we've got about 80,000 of you out there, are working in jobs that are important jobs for your families, important for the kingdom, and of course important for the United States. Let me say that we have gotten our first flight after very hard work by our team here, and our first flight will go out from Riyadh. I realize that that creates a problem for people elsewhere in the kingdom, but it'll go from Riyadh as a test. It will leave on Friday, the 3rd of April. You can get on our website, take a look on it. It's already pretty much completely subscribed. American citizens, some official Americans, some others as well. We're trying to get separate flights for Dhahran and Jeddah. We think that we'll be able to do that. We'll try to get the word out on our website as soon as we can with enough information to allow people to understand when and where to be at the right place. So, how about routine consular affairs? Well, there are not very many routine consular affairs that we're attending to. We are attending to American citizens. If you got an issue, call the American Services representative, enroll in the STEP program, which is the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. These sorts of things are ways that we can help keep you informed. Our Consul General, Sean Murphy, and his team are really doing a great job in trying to keep people informed, answer the phones, answer the teleworking that has to be done, et cetera, et cetera. And we have a limited number of people, and we have a limited amount of time to do it because here in Riyadh, we're on a 1500 in the afternoon to 6 o'clock curfew. So how about the situation in Saudi Arabia? You know, I'm actually pretty confident about where they are right now. Doesn't mean things can't change, but they took action early. They stopped the movement of people into the kingdom. They shut down the air corridors, the land corridors, you name it. Of course, it makes us all feel very isolated, but on the other hand, it also is clear to me that it makes us safer. I think they may be ahead of the problem. It's not to say the problem can't get worse. They are about over 1,500 cases in the kingdom right now. It's continuing to rise, but not at a rate like we've seen in the States or Italy or Spain or elsewhere. The Saudi system's used to dealing with these sort of things as a result of SARS and MERS, and we're hopeful that they continue to do well. We have a Center for Disease Control representative here on the embassy staff. She has been traveling around the kingdom, talking to the Saudis, dealing with the health ministry, looking around to see what's going on. And she is one of the best professionals in her job that I've ever seen. And she's consistently come back saying, generally speaking, they're doing the right things. And if she sees that they're doing things that can be improved, she gives her best advice. And I can only tell you that the relationship between her, our regional medical officer here at the embassy, and the Saudi health department has been exceptional. And also, my relationship with the Saudi security services has been exceptional as well. There's good cooperation. We all have the same sorts of goal in mind, which is to keep the virus from spreading, to ensure that our medical professionals in the kingdom are able to practice without being overcrowded or overworked. We expect that to happen soon. Right now, they're handling the caseload well, and we're hopeful that that will continue. Many of you have sent in various questions, various sorts of concerns to us. We try to work as much as we can. So let me talk to you about our posture, the Saudis' posture, and some of the things that we're doing to try to make sure we're dealing with the various aspects of the crisis. Certainly extraordinary times, we all know that. Certainly when you look at the news back in the States, it's very concerning to see how things are going there. But on the other hand, I have got great confidence in our ability to weather the storm, not only there, but here. So our posture in the embassy, we're socially distanced, as I hope all of you are out there as well. We're doing almost all of our work by electronic means, a lot of teleworking. Of course, we've got to continue to stay engaged with the department back in Washington and the many various departments of the U.S. and Saudi governments that we have to deal with. And so far, we've been very lucky. We've had no COVID cases in the embassy. We have maintained a very good health posture. And as optimistic as I am that we can continue to do that, I have to be realistic that COVID problem is around us. It's in the region, it's in the country, it's in the city, and it's wherever you look. And the only thing you can do against the invisible threat of the virus is constantly keep your hygiene up and keep your distance, especially from large groups of people. And we've done a good job. I know that the restrictions are tough, but I think they're necessary. And of course, those of you that live in Riyadh know the other night we had a Houthi missile shot at somewhere around here. It was landed to the north of the kingdom, had Patriot batteries engage it, and we're hopeful that now with various efforts to calm things down between the Saudis, the Houthis, the UN, the United States, and other countries, that will have a calmer period. But I'd also like to say to everybody that you need to know what I'm advising our people here at the embassy, and I'm actually advising Americans that are in the kingdom, that under the current circumstances, I would strongly consider sheltering in place. Food supply is good, emergency services are sound, medical systems functioning. There's a lot of reasons to shelter in place in Saudi Arabia. And if you are going back to the States and you do make that decision to go once the system starts to function a little bit more smoothly, please make sure you check and understand what's going to happen at the local end. A lot of our communities are very disrupted. There are places where there's quarantines, etc. So you have to inform yourself. We don't have all that information. You have to dig down and find it yourself. We'll assist in any way that we can, but the flights will, we hope, start to be more frequent over time. And of course, many of you have the question for us, when is this going to end? Well, you see, everybody has a different end date in mind. And of course, we thought it was going to be a short period of time, and then we'd reevaluate. And then we've realized that the way that this virus is moving and the way that we've got to tamp down the demands on our medical system require that we're looking out at least to the end of April for things to be somewhat disrupted. Hard to say that in May things will return to normal. I don't know that I want to make any sort of predictions at that, but I do know that the Saudi administration, the U.S. administration, is constantly looking at the statistics to understand when's the right time to ease some of the restrictions. But my personal opinion is it won't happen anytime soon. So the decision to leave is personal. Make sure you make it for the right reason. Consider how things are here. Shelter in place here, if that's what you decide. That's certainly what I advise our people here and would advise my family. I want to just close by saying, enroll in STEP. Look at our website. We'll try to keep in touch with you. We really look forward to times returning to normal. But until that time comes, keep safe with your family, wash your hands, stay socially distanced, don't have a lot of meetings, avoid crowds. If someone's sick, stay home, do your teleworking to the best of your ability, and understand that those of us that are here in the kingdom are working very hard to try to keep our Americans safe, keep them prosperous in the long run, and care for the needs. We'll try to have an updated communication to you routinely so you know what we're thinking. But right now, I'm confident about America's approach to the problem at home. I'm confident about Saudi Arabia's approach to the problem here in the kingdom. And I wish all of you the best in your health and safety and whatever else you may be doing here in the great kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So thanks out from me here in Riyadh.